Hey everyone, History Mystery Man with you again, this time from southern Indiana, Salem, Indiana, to be more specific. Really charming little small town, platted all the way back in 1814. And like all small towns, Salem has a great story to tell, lots of great stories, in fact, including the one behind me, the beautiful limestone Washington County Courthouse, built in 1888. It's an absolutely gorgeous building, and so is the town square here. You should check it out if you're in Salem, Indiana. I'm actually here for an ARCA stock car race, putting on a ARCA stock car race this weekend at the nearby legendary Salem Speedway. But in the meantime, I thought I'd get out and check out the sights a little bit. We're gonna get off the square here in just a bit and check out a really cool little historical site, one that's got an attachment to the 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. Then we're going to go way off script and go out to just south of here, Clarksville, Indiana, and visit with the famous Kimmel Racing race shop, one of the most iconic and most famous stock car families in the business today. The Kimmels, 10-time ARCA national champions. They got a fan appreciation party out there tonight. Live music, food. We're gonna tour the shop, talk to some drivers. We're gonna do that and a whole lot more. Welcome aboard. It's good to see you again. It's certainly been a while. Welcome to southern Indiana. Let's go check it out. Hey, as promised, I've moved off the Salem Square. I'm a couple of blocks east in front of the John Hay home. By the way, where'd you come from?
I just live down there.
You live down there. Are you from Salem?
Yep.
Really? How cool. Really cool. You know about the building behind us? Anything about it at all?
Wasn't it the house of John Hay or something?
Indeed it was. The home of, very good, the house of John Hay. You probably went there on a field trip, didn't you? Yeah, I figured that. John Hay lived here. He was born here October 8th, 1838, in the little home behind me. The home was actually built in 1824. What a cool little classic cottage. Hey, John Hay was Abraham Lincoln's private secretary during Lincoln's time as president in the White House. Hay was one of a couple of private secretaries that Lincoln had. John Hay would grow up to be a Secretary of State for Presidents William McKinley and Theodore Roosevelt. But before that, he was Abraham Lincoln's close confidant, friend, and private secretary during Lincoln's presidency. But it's all here in Salem, Indiana. There's a lot here, actually. You go right across the street and you've got the Lanning House, which is a really cool little bed and breakfast. Now I think you can see a little better now. The Lanning House, very, very cool. There's lots of historic buildings in Salem, Indiana. This place is so cool, you really need to check it out. Another shot of the John Hay house from the side. What a cool little building. I just absolutely love it. In the fall here, they do the old Settlers Days festival here in Salem, and this log cabin village is part of that. Reenactments and all kinds of cool stuff going on here. But isn't it neat just off the square here? Love it. Talk about going back in time. You get a real sense of that when you walk through this restored historical village here in Salem, Indiana. Isn't it cool? You absolutely have to love the town square here in Salem, Indiana. Look at the Washington County Courthouse. It's absolutely beautiful, but so is the entire square here. Buildings going back to the 1800s. Just gorgeous and very well kept, very clean, super nice. Bienvenidos, amigo. Yeah, Mexican food in the squares. That building is super old, going back to, I'm gonna say, the middle 1800s. But very cool. This Mexican restaurant in the square is absolutely wonderful. Check out the north side of the square. Isn't it cool? So well kept. And kudos to Salem, Indiana for recognizing our war veterans, going all the way back to the American Revolution. Soldiers that actually lived in the Salem area. Salem didn't come to be till 1814, but recognizing veterans of Salem or the area from the War of 1812, the Revolutionary War, and of course the Civil War. This was actually a raid came through here in July of 1863. John Hunt Morgan, while the town was being looted, he traveled through here. But World War II, of course, that's here as well. The Korean War. I think it's nice that Salem, Indiana recognizes U.S. veterans and those who gave it all. Just a quick panorama of the west side of the Salem Square. Very nice. Just beautiful. And of course I'm in the courthouse lawn. Man, look at the bell tower up there. So cool.
Oh, hi there.
Sorry about that, Doc. Had to check out the Salem Square. You doing all right? Doc Hunter, one of my favorite all-time people.
How are you, Don? It's good to see you.
Oh, thank you. And Joanne, his lovely
there.
wife. And we're going to the Kimmel Fan Appreciation Party. Is that right?
You got it.
All right, let's go.
All right.
From the corner of my eyes, I saw you when you were sitting on a swing on your front porch, fingernails like you were good. You yelled she was sure impressed me. I ain't first class, but I ain't white trash. I'm wild and a little crazy too. Some girls don't like boys like me. Oh, some girls do. You didn't ask if you would like her.
No Kimmel Fan Appreciation Party is complete without touring the shop. Hey, Will Kimmel.
What's going
up?
on?
How you doing?
Enjoying this about perfect weather we got here. I mean, this is really, really nice, and the support we get from all our local fans and all our local racers is pretty unbelievable. So I'm just pretty humbled to see everything going on here, and just really, really excited to get this weekend going, and not really a better way to kick it off than everything going on here at the race shop and live music, food. It's been pretty good, so really, really cool.
A really good turnout too. I mean, that's one long food line.
Yeah, no doubt. And I just had a barbecue
You must
sandwich.
be giving it away.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But it's excellent food, and we just had some of that. Got New Washington State Bank here with our ice cream truck. West Cook Band presented by TNT. We're selling hats and T-shirts over here. I mean, it's just it's packed.
And one of the biggest turnouts I've ever seen for what I believe is the 7th annual Kimmel Fan Appreciation Party.
Don would know that.
I would know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, show me the shop.
All right.
I
Come
want to
on,
see
we'll
what's
walk
going
in.
on in there. Walk me through.
What I did, I redid the whole front suspension and everything.
Hey, Kimmel.
Mr. Rattleball, how you doing, buddy?
Very well, very well. Thank you.
All right, so just come in our main door. We got 4,000 square foot of working area is what we have to work with. So not the biggest, but we do a lot with it. You got to keep it clean, got to keep it organized, and really this is about what it looks like. Minus the toolbox here, what it looks like when we're not here. This is going to be our Talladega car that we're taking to Talladega. Sitting right here on the
This
plate.
is the Talladega car.
Yeah, this is it.
Very cool.
Same one we tested at Daytona. The car right here to the right, this is a 13. It's got all new clip. Compliments of Schrader and Donnie down there. They just did a clip for us.
Ken Schrader helped you with the clip?
That's right. Put it on that car. We're all updated on that car. Really happy with that. So that's basically as close to a new race car as I'm going to get. But we work. That's usually where we do our motor setup, or not our motor setup, but mounting a motor, stuff like that. Usually use the lift.
Well,
It's
is
really
this,
handy.
when you say one of your newer machines, it's beautiful, is this an intermediate car?
This is
It's
gonna
a
be-
short track car? What is
Well, you'll like to know that this was the car that we sat on the pole with at the dirt last year.
it? Ooh,
And after we
At
left
DuQuoin.
at DuQuoin,
so that's a dirt car.
it was.
It was. What is
Might
it
be
now?
again. Don't know.
What is it now?
But it's going to go to St. Louis. That car is going to St. Louis.
Okay, Gateway
Yep.
Motorsports Park.
Right. So
Very
that
cool.
that car is going to go Gateway with us.
And that's one you'll be driving. You
Yes.
selected Gateway as one of
That's
your
one of the seven. Yes, sir.
Seven,
Yes,
okay.
sir. Then obviously the primary Salem car is at Salem right now. Just got it done, and for right now we have 3 primary composite cars with 2 Elmores.
Very good. What else you got here?
Well, that you see the surface plate, just so everybody knows that follows you here. This thing's perfectly level. It's about 10,000 pounds. All the little holes in it are actually screws for adjustment. This is where we do all the setup. We go back and forth between this and the pull down a lot where we'll finalize the
Where is
setup.
the pull down?
Come on, we'll walk.
Come on. Come on.
To the left, that's Derek Bradshaw.
That's who?
Famous front wheel drive racer, Derek Bradshaw.
I always wanted to meet a front wheel drive racer.
I
And a
don't know if
famous
you call
one,
'em-
too.
I don't know if you call them racers, but there's one out there.
All right, okay.
Then behind me, this is the street stock car we just built new, based
that's
off
cool.
of a '67 Nova. What's left of it? We
Based
got-
off a 67 Nova?
Right. So if you look at the roof is actually all steel '67 Nova. quarters, all steel, 67 Nova. Yeah, we do. But this is our chassis dyno. A lot of these you see in the ground. Okay, so a lot of the guys bury the drums and they don't have the lift to where you can just roll on it without having to get on the lift and strap it down and stuff. But one of the advantages we like to have with it is when we go to the racetrack, if we get a vibration, if we have anything going on, gear, hub, anything, we can roll it off, put it on the lift, raise it up, change the drive shaft, change transmission. I've done clutches, clutch master cylinders, all that on the dyno, roll them back up, strap them down and go again. So it's a good tool to have to run the car before we go to the track, but it's also good because I can work on it right then, right there as the problem happens. So the chassis dyno is a pretty intricate tool that we use here at Kimmel Racing. Don was talking about the pull down machine. Here's the pull down machine.
That's the pull down.
Now, this car is actually sitting backwards on it. Usually this would be the right rear. You see the scales sitting in the bottom of it. Those are special intercomp scales that actually read a higher weight.
Yeah, what the heck is a pull down machine anyway?
So a pull down machine is going to pull your car down to have just how the same attitude the car has on the racetrack.
So it sort of simulates what it would do with the shocks and springs when it's at speed on the track?
Exactly. So we can see exactly what's going on in the middle of the turn with our pull down machine. Check our A-frames, ball joints, spindles, camber, caster, wheelbase, you name it, we can check it on the pull down, and that's a huge advantage when you go to these racetracks. You can get totally sealed off, get all the air on top of the car that you can, valence sealed off without hitting the racetrack, and check out your wheel loads and see where you're at.
So you're a third generation Kimmel racer.
Yep.
Your father Bill raced, was a champion in the area. Uncle Frank, 10-time ARCA champion, the most ARCA victories in history with 80. Your grandfather Bill, who will celebrate his 90th birthday coming
Yep.
up in September.
Right.
He's still with us as well.
Yep,
Is he
sitting
here by
outside.
the way?
Yep, he's
by
sitting
the way.
outside.
Oh wow. So what's it mean to be a third Kimmel generation family racer, especially one that's going to your hometown track Salem this weekend?
Well, I kind of get cold chills when we talk about, it means so much to us to get a win in the ARCA series right now because it's some of the toughest competition we faced with MDM, Venturini, Gibbs team, Schrader's guys, Chad Bryant's bunch. I mean, there's some tough competition in ARCA with the equipment that's out there right now. So it would mean a lot if we can go here and run competitive and run with these guys, and I definitely believe we can. We proved it in the fall race last year until we broke the rear end. So. But Salem's home. It means everything. This is our Daytona. These two races are, and I just want to keep the Kimmel Racing part of it alive. I mean, I am the last one doing it at this time, and I'm a third generation racer. I'm Will the third. We just had Will the fourth. So it's important to me that we keep
He's not quite ready yet, though,
Not
is
quite
he?
ready, but we'll see. I mean, it's whatever he wants to do. I'm definitely not gonna put any pressure on him to do this, but.
Interesting story on Bill Kimmel Sr., one of the few drivers to go over the wall out of the ballpark at Salem Speedway in an open-wheel sprint car without a cage and survived, and it was in that car, the Rebel. Speaking of the generations, it started with this guy, Bill Kimmel Sr., the grand patriarch of the Kimmel Racing brand. He'll be 90 years young September 13th. That makes him the second oldest living ARCA winner in history. Isn't that cool? Good to see you, Bill.
Good seeing you.
Yes, sir. You're looking good. I just love these old pictures. Bill Kimmel, his wife Mabel, the kids, Frank and Bill, sister. Aren't they cool? Love these old black and whites. All part of the experience at the Kimmel Fan Appreciation Party. Oh yeah, so cool.
Hey, Donald.
Hey man, we saw the first generation, the Grand Patriarch. We met Will.
Take a bottle of water out, please.
I think you're the second generation. Do I have that right?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. And how much longer do you want to keep doing this? Do you still get jazzed up for auto racing the way you once did?
Yes. I love being at the racetrack. I love being at the racetrack. I really do.
Does it mean a little more that it's Salem Speedway, your hometown track, so to speak?
Probably does, but really and truly, it probably means more doing it with your family than it does anything. And when you do a deal like this, Don, and my sister come up from Atlanta, and my dad's here. Dad's almost 90 years old. My wife's serving food. I got a daughter that's out doing a 50-50 or something, and Will's trying to keep everybody entertained. You know, you got people like Gloss about to come over, the old racers. I mean, we got so much family here, and so much local support.
This is quite a turnout.
You did something right over your career, so it's pretty rewarding, really is.
Yeah, and a big turnout.
Very good turnout, really neat turnout. A lot of the local racers have brought their cars out tonight. It's kind of turned into a deal where it's important for all the local racing community. So really a neat deal, very good deal for us.
Very cool. Check out the food line. It's a long one. Good thing there's live entertainment.
He lived Texas on a wedding night. A beat up Chevy van.
Here I am.
There you are, Charging Charlie. Hey, what was your best finish in the Daytona 500?
Second.
Second.
Twice.
Second twice?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Leroy Yarborough won it first time. Just passed me on the last lap. And A.J. Foyt was the next time.
Wow,
That was in
A.J. Foyt.
71, I think.
Yeah.
69 and 71.
Now, you won a cup race at, what, Bristol?
Won. I still hold the record there.
Still have the race record at Bristol
For the
Motor
race
Speedway.
record, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I won Michigan.
You won at Michigan?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you won some ARCA races at...
Yeah. Eight or nine are.
Yeah, Talladega.
Won 3 in a row at Talladega.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. I like that track.
Charging Charlie Glotzbeck. It wouldn't be a Kimmel Fan Appreciation Party without you in the house. Thanks for everything. You're looking good.
Okay, thank you.
Really good. There's a lot of love here. A whole lot of love. We like it.
When the night kicked away.
Middle school, so like
Woman, flesh and blood,
Raider. Man, that's my favorite color. So Frank Kimmel is one of the most iconic names in stock car history. 10-time ARCA champion, most ever ARCA victories. The Kimmel family grew up in that little house behind me. When they were here, look at this, their front yard is a street. There is no yard. There's an auto parts store, or was at one time behind, a shop behind this little, it was a little gray block house at one time. Parents lived upstairs. 7 brothers and sisters lived downstairs, separated by a tarp somebody got at Daytona International Speedway back in the 60s. But they grew up here. The tarp separated the lower level. Girls on one side, boys on the other. Home of 10-time ARCA champion Frank Kimmel, Clarksville, Indiana. How cool. Hey everyone, that's it. That's all from Salem, Indiana, except for the gigantic stock car race about to happen across the street. The 103rd running of the ARCA Racing Series here at the legendary Salem Speedway. This place has been here since 1947. It's iconic. The people are coming in by the thousands, and we're looking forward to putting on the show. Hope you'll come check me out on Facebook. That's the History Mystery Man on Facebook. I'm on YouTube now too, the History Mystery Man on YouTube. So hope to see you there. Thanks so much for joining me again. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. Time to put on a grand American stock car race across the street. For the History Mystery Man, I'm Don Radebaugh. See you next time.